Welcome to Croatia and its beautiful capital, Zagreb. This city is becoming an ever more popular spot to visit as an increasing number of tourists discover its wonderful architecture and relaxed atmosphere. Only 6 months ago in September, the city hosted its first Judo Grand Prix, giving local judoka a chance to see top-level action in front of their very eyes. Such was the success of the event that this year Zagreb welcomes judo back with an improved arena and even more judo enthusiasts in attendance. And what better time to host a Grand Prix? With Olympic qualification now fully in play, Zagreb saw a host of top-level fighters in action. The big names on display at the draw meant Croatian and travelling judo fans were definitely in for a treat. To kick things off, the International Judo Federation had the honour of welcoming the President of Croatia, Mrs. Kata, who, alongside IJF President Mr. Marius Viza, officially opened the Grand Prix. We start at under 100 kilograms, where reigning world champion Krpalek of the Czech Republic had chosen Zagreb as the stage for his return to action and springboard for his title defence later this year. When he became world champion last summer, he was also the Czech Republic's first ever world judo champion, meaning expectations on him at the Olympics next year will be heavy indeed. In his opening bout, he looked rusty when he clashed with Estonia's Miniskin. Pushed back to the edge of the contest area, he was caught for a wazari, narrowly avoiding the full ippon. Krpalek would have to fight back. But the title of world champion doesn't come easy, and Krpalek ultimately showed his class with a workmanlike sumigaishi sacrifice technique to score ippon and avoid an embarrassing first-round defeat. His next contest saw a more convincing performance. Ukraine's Luchin falling victim to Krpalek's typically ruthless skills on the ground as he was caught in a hold down. The world champion now looking worthy of the name. But next up would be the world bronze medalist Ramarenko, and once again Krpalek found himself behind, this time by a yuko as his opponent capitalised on a weak attack. With the match slipping away, he pushed for the win. And he came unstuck in dramatic fashion. Ippon. Krpalek's hopes for gold were over. He would have to pick himself up and be ready to fight for bronze. Ramarenko would clash horns with the Dutch newcomer Korrel in the semi-final, and having felled the mighty Krpalek, would be brought crashing back down to earth when he was caught on the ground. It proved once again just how cutthroat judo could be. It would be Korrel in the final in Zagreb. The other side of the draw saw two German powerhouses, Peters and Frey, on a collision course for the semi-finals. Frey, usually the thrower of the two, showed off his Newaza skills against Portugal's Fonseca before passing the baton to his teammate, the Newaza master Peters. Peters in turn boasting his throwing ability in the pair's continuous game of anything you can do, I can do better. The semi-finals between the two would decide who would fight for gold, but also who would fight Krpalek for the bronze. After their last bout in Samsun went the way of Frey, this time Peters gained the ascendancy with a yuko and held on to book his place in the final. There he would waste little time taking the young Korrel to school on the ground as he used his trademark Jujikatami to score the win. A great day at the office for Peters. But would Frey be joining him on the podium in Zagreb? Well, Frey looking for the big throw as always. Krpalek just looking a little bit rough at the edges. Sumigaishi from Frey. Oh, that was very, very close. He didn't land on his side. so no score given. Nice sumigaishi though there from Frey. Always trying for the ippon. Beautiful stuff there. Really now, Krpalek's got to pick himself up. Fighting for third place. Not where he's usually at. Now looking for the pickup, Frey. Krpalek always dangerous though. Left to right, Kosoto! Oh yes it is! Kosoto for ippon. That was massive, and the crowd are loving that because that was superb. There were two changes of direction there, and I think that Krpalek started it. Frey tried the Ouchi, so Krpalek starts it. He tries the Ouchi, but look at that! Tips his head down, and he changes his balance, and he absolutely thrashes him over for the biggest ippon. And, well, Frey doesn't go over like that very often at the moment. Working his way up the world rankings, but he was fighting the world champion here. And that change of direction, change of balance, and that drive off that back leg was magnificent. Krpalek does it in style. He's certainly shaken off the rust here, and he should be looking forward now to going to the World Championship to defend his title. That was super stuff, and against a really class act. He knows he's just got to put in a bit more work and just sharpen himself up to defend his title in 3 months' time. In judo's lightest category, the female under 48 kilograms, it was the Turkish flag flying highest as Lokman Hekam saw off compatriot Sahi in the final to take gold. Up one weight at under 52 kilograms, it was Romania's Kitsu topping the podium. A Wazari score against Russia's Ryzhova would ultimately be enough to give the world number 2 victory and keep her hot on the heels of world number 1 Elmendi. At under 57 kilograms, the big name making the final was world and Olympic medalist Malloy of the United States. She faced off against Great Britain's Smith Davis in the final, who had shown just how dangerous she could be on her route through the eliminations. The final was proving one-sided. Malloy's superior tactics left her opponents 3 penalties down on the brink of disqualification. Nothing seemed to be facing Malloy. But did Smith Davis have anything left in the tank? Well, the Olympic and world medalist Martin Malloy just controlling this match all the way through. He's out-gripped Smith Davis, but Smith Davis got the grip. Now, Ouchi! Oh! And she's pulled it out the bag there in the last minute. Ouchi, and it just goes to show that it's not over until that bell goes. And she can't believe it. And I don't think Martin Malloy can believe it. She was well in control, but Ouchi drove her back, and she was cleanly on her back for the ippon. And that was brilliant stuff by the Brit. Ouchi drives off the back leg. Martin Malloy can't get off it. She goes over, it starts in, it goes out, but it makes no difference. Ippon wins the match. Martin Malloy, well, she'll go back to the drawing board and think what went wrong, and she'll bounce back, I know she will. The under 70 kilogram category saw another British fighter in action in the shape of world number 9 Conway. She would face the stern task of taking on the informed Boulder of Israel in the final. A loose attack from Conway was met in an instant with a thunderous counter from Boulder. It landed her on top in a hold, which she was just about able to keep for long enough to score ippon. Another victory for Boulder, who made it 3 medals in a row on the World Tour. The gold medal in the under 78 kilos category went to neighbouring Slovenia when world number 4 Valensek took on Turks of the Ukraine in the final. Valensek is earning a reputation for her predatory groundwork skills and didn't disappoint in Zagreb. A weak attack from Turks left her arm exposed for a split second. More than enough for Valensek to strike. Judoka and submission from Turks followed shortly after. Another gold for Velensek's collection and a chance for the travelling Slovenian fans to celebrate. In the women's heavyweight category of over 78 kilograms, it was Turkey on point yet again, this time through Kaya. A winding makikomi technique against Savelkools of the Netherlands was enough to score Ippon and leave Kaya taking pole position in Zagreb. Moving across to the men, and at under 60 kilograms, it was Armenia's Davichan who came up trumps. Armenian judo has been aided greatly by the IJF recently, giving athletes like him a chance to compete on such a stage. So after throwing Germany's Engelmeyer for a Wazari and landing in a hold, he seized victory and an invaluable medal for Armenian judo with both hands.
We have support from the IJF that helped us to be here. So we're very grateful that the IJF helped us to participate in such a big competition. And as you can see, to win. In fact, just to have an opportunity to win is fantastic.
The under 66 kilograms category saw fan favourite Zantaraia in action. The Ukrainian has a cult following amongst world judo fans, owing to his exciting throw or be thrown style of attack. Once again in Zagreb, he will be competing in the final for television audiences worldwide and the crowd in Zagreb. He looked to be in good form. His opponent would be Germany's Seidel. Would there be fireworks from Zantaraia? Zantaraia, the biggest thrower on the world circuit. And, well, you can't get him on his back. Oh, look at that! That's a there. Seagal, well, he didn't know what happened. And, well, straight into the hold down. Transition was magnificent from Zantaraia, and he's holding for his life. That was brilliant stuff. That Kosoto came from nowhere. So, was that to your call? And that was great stuff there from this man, the most exciting judo player, certainly in the world. Kosoto, the hug, look at the head, and the drive, and the determination. It could have been Ippon from the bridge, but anyway, it followed down onto the ground, and he held for the Wazari Awazeti Ippon. The starting point, well, the hug. Then the leg and the drive. From side on, he took him onto his back, hooks onto the leg, then the head goes, the body goes. That really is full commitment. And the transition into the outside komi just follows. Zantaraia really is a crowd favourite. They absolutely love him. They know something's going to happen every time he steps onto the mat. Zantaraia then will be going to the World Championship very, very confident that he can, well, maybe pick up a world title in the next weight up. Big wing, that says it all.
People looking my fights, and I like when I do nice judo and people enjoy and they say good, and these people is help me for do my judo.
At over 100 kilograms, the Ukraine looked to have another big thrower emerging as the 20-year-old Camo took his first World Tour gold. A big Uranagi counter-attack scored him a Wazari against Romanian Simeonescu in the final. But Camo kept pushing and eventually sealed the deal when he ran his opponent the length of the mat to score a second Wazari. An overwhelmed Camo was victorious. At under 73 kilograms, victory went to Georgia's under 66 kilogram Olympic champion Shavdat Tuishvili. Now well and truly established in the higher weight, he was on fire in the eliminations. And after blasting through to the semi-final with some beautiful ashiwaza, he threw to Pratt for Ippon with Ochi to reach the final. There he once again proved too strong, throwing the 2009 world champion Aspatar first with Ojigari, and then pouncing on a weak attack to counter him with Uranagi. A first Grand Prix gold for the Georgian. The under 90 kilogram category saw the entry of another big-name fighter, world number 2 Toff from neighbouring Hungary. Toff is fast becoming a fan favourite in the category and was here in Zagreb looking to defend the title he won last year. With the World Championships looming this summer, Toff will be looking to build up momentum, which he can ultimately carry through to the Olympic Games next year. In his semi-final contest, Toff boasted the type of judo that has made him one of the category's big dogs, as he saw off Spain's Sharadishvili to make the final. There it would be German opposition awaiting him in the form of Hildebrand. He too was riding high at the back of an emphatic semi-final win at the expense of Elmont from the Netherlands. Would Hildebrand prove as dangerous to Toff? Mr. Marius president of the IJF at Sport Accord, enjoying his judo, enjoying these finals. So we've got to be careful with that arm going over the top, Hildebrand, because Toff could disappear underneath. But he's also got good pickups. Now then, what's going to happen? Oh, it's the Uranagi combination. And, well, it hasn't got a real proper name, but it's one of the major techniques at the moment. Wazari scored with that. Look at the leg coming up. It's almost Uchimata. It's Uranagi as well. And it's a pickup. And he takes Hildebrand over for a beautiful Wazari. Lovely change of direction there from Toff. Great transition down as well. So now Hildebrand trying to attack. It's too late. And Toff has won it. Toff, the world silver medalist, applauds, and that really was a great result for him. Mr. Marius Visa awards the medal then to Toff.
It says 300 points more, and this is 100% points in the qualification, so I think it was the most important for me. Now I'm the first in the ranking list in Olympic. I hope it will be the same in the world.
Under 81 kilograms, there was another chance for the Hungarian anthem to be heard inside the arena, as Toff's teammate Kritsan topped the podium. The final was in fact an all-Hungarian affair, in which Kritsan edged past his compatriot Sokonyai on penalties to take a narrow win. A great performance from both fighters. Our final category is the women's under 63 kilograms. It saw the biggest star in action in Zagreb competing. Agbeg of France is reigning world champion and world #1. Came here unbeaten for well over a year. And she looked as devastating as usual, throwing attacks at her opponents from all angles and producing some massive ippon judo. Ano Sotogari against Mongolia's Sadef Suren saw her through to the semi-finals. There, Italy's Gwen found out the hard way what happens when you push forwards against someone with Agbeg throwing power. She was through to the final and looked unstoppable. World #2 Gerbi was favourite to meet her there. The Israeli has split the last 2 world finals with Agbeg, and in Zagreb she also made the semi-finals, with a similar, though slightly less impressive display of throwing power. But the dark horse in the category is Slovenia's Tresenjak. The tireless slogger has enjoyed growing success over the last year, and now boasts 4 World Tour golds, including 2 Grand Slams. In Zagreb, Tresenjak hounded Gerbi, maintaining a high pace, which was difficult for the lagging Israeli to follow. The pressure was eventually too much, and Tresenjak was able to catch Gerbi on the ground to ensure her hard work paid off. It would be Tresenjak and not Gerbi against Agbeg for gold. With Zagreb just a 2-hour drive from her hometown, Tresenjak practically have home advantage. Would she be able to stop the unstoppable Agbeg? Croatian president really looking forward to this, and it should be an absolute cracker. Because Agbegnanu is on magnificent form, but Tresenyak, well, she's also on great form, and I really don't know what's going to happen here. Good Kaluchi there! Tresenyak straight away gets a score, and that was a Wazari score. Opening seconds, and Agbegnanu, who just looks unbeatable the whole day, gets taken down in the opening seconds for a Wazari. Tresenyak is out for the kill. Beautiful change of direction. Kouchi drives up onto a back. So Tresenyak, the Slovenian tigress, is really going for it. And now Agbegnanu not giving up, and she tries the Osoto on the edge, and Tresenyak just manages to turn out. Reaches over for that Osoto, look at their hips there. Throws them forwards, Tresenyak does well. So now Agbegnanu still behind, going forwards all the time. Now Tresenyak tries the same Osoto and almost gets taken back. This is a great final. Both of these, this could be the world final, and that's got to be another score, is it? No score given. It was close. Another Kouchi. Look how she just drives her. And she just manages to turn out Agbegnanu. So still coming forwards, and Tresenyak trying to seal it in. What an attacking contest this is. So exciting, and both of them going for Ippon. And that's what we want to see, and these kids loving it, and the two presidents absolutely loving this. It's tactical, but it's explosive. Agbegnanu tries arm over. She's counted her. Wazari! Oh, but she's landed in a hold down. Agbegnanu pulls it back, but Tresenyak turns it on her. Tatasho Katami on the edge, and if she cracks the leg, it'll even it all up. But it's too late because Tresenyak is holding her, and it's Wazari who's actually upon. And look at this crowd. It's like a home crowd supporting her. She gets taken over for a Wazari, but secures the hold down and wins by Ippon. And that, by Agbegnanu, was a massive mistake. I think she thought she'd evened it all up. Well, she had. There she Kosoto, drives her over, gets the Wazari, rolls onto her back. Tresenyak holds her with Tatasho Katami, and the referee, because it started inside, he just lets it carry on. She turns on top. It was a junior move, wasn't it, really? Two world-class judokas, but the referee let it continue, and Tresenyak pulls off one of the biggest Ippons against such a class fighter, and well, the world champion goes down by Ippon, and who can say that Tresenyak isn't going to turn it at the World Championship, because she now is in that mix. There's three of them, but Tresenyak has to be one of the favourites to upset the odds at the World Championships. World rank number 3 now, but she's beaten the world number 1 and 2 here. Who can say that she's not going to do it at the World Championships? Number 1 on this rostrum, the Croatian president presents her with a medal.
I am very happy to have won here in Zagreb, which is very close to my hometown Celje in Slovenia. The crowd was amazing. I'm really glad that I did well today.
Well, that's it from another fantastic Grand Prix here in Zagreb. Krpalek got a consolation bronze in dramatic fashion. Top continues to grow as a judoka. Zantaraia once again pleased the crowd. And Tresenyak sprung the Slovenian trap on Agbegnanu. Join us next from Azerbaijan, Baku Grand Slam.